So I'm trying to do these both ways. This is our mixed review for section A. If you're doing it on paper, it's probably going to be a lot easier. But if you're not doing it on paper, I'm trying to make sure that you can see it both ways so that you understand how one does with the other. This is one of those you solve them, match the number, and then fill in the blanks. So the big question is, why did the algebra teacher say, or what did the algebra teacher say when asked what she thought about negative numbers? Well, in order to solve this, we're going to have to figure out all the answers to these. Negative integer with the absolute value 7. So that means negative 7. Okay? If you are doing it at home on the computer, this is going to look like this. Maybe if I can get it to go. Okay, let's see. Well, let me get to that point. Okay, so you see it's the same question. I've got to go down here and find my answer, which is negative 7. And I'm going to write that letter down somewhere. The kids that have the paper will be able to figure out that number 1 is negative 7. So they're going to come down here because number 1 is negative 7 and negative 7 is n. So where they see n, or number 1, they're going to put the n. That's why it's a little bit easier on paper. If you are at home, you're going to write down the letters that go with the numbers. Big picture at home, if you aren't able to figure out the final answer, like this part down here, it'll be fine. Okay. It's just something that's supposed to be cute, but it might not be cute virtually. Sorry. I did the best that I can. So we did the answer to the first one, the negative integer with the absolute value of 7. Absolute value means it's as far from 0 as possible. So the second one will be the same way. This one's negative 7. So number 1 is n. Number 2, positive integer less than 2. Well, the only integer that's less than 2 that's not 0, that's positive, is 1. So where does it say 1? This one is a negative 1. That's the P. So I'm going to put P where I see number 2. Okay? If you are at home doing this, you're going to go down to the next thing, which number is the positive number less than 2. So you're going to find out where it says 1, and you're going to click the answer. So again, the virtual one is not nearly as cute and not nearly as fun, but you're basically just answering all the questions, and you're writing down the letters that go along with, number 1 is this, number 2 is this letter, number 3 is this letter. And then at the very end of the virtual one, it looks really long, but it's really not. It's only 20 questions. Maybe 21. Okay, at the end, you'll be able to do your little code too. But again, that's not the grade. The grade is to see how you do with this. Kids at school, by this time, you should be understanding what you're doing. But if you don't, I'll do one more. Let's see. We did, this one was negative 7. This one was 1. The opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. But then we have to start practicing what we've been doing. These are different, so we're going to subtract them. 8 minus 4 is 4. And I'm going to think, is it positive or negative? Well, this one is positive. So then we'll look down here for positive 4, which is right here, and we will fill it in on the blank. So it's just supposed to be a good review and cute. I did the best I could.